to get independence. I was like, come on, whether Peruvian people, Liberia, welcome once again. I want to talk to you about Liberia. Maybe you don't, Liberia on my head, ladies and gentlemen, Liberia on my head. Basically, people don't know about them. Even me, I don't know about them until the last time. July 26th, which is the day of independence of Liberia. I see people celebrate it just like 4 days or 5 days ago. Ignorant me. I'm ashamed of myself. Before I go further, please, Liberians, forgive me. Please, if I know, I would have not talked that nonsense. I know a lot of people don't know like me because African lack history. We don't have the important history we're supposed to be learning. They don't teach us. Liberia, please forgive me. Please accept my apology. To the government of Liberia, please, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for the statement I make. I know a lot of people like try to explain to me in the comment section, but somebody come to my DM and tell me something. Even me myself, I shock. I never expect what I. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, if in case you don't know Liberia like me, if in case you don't know history, if in your country they don't tell you what you're supposed to know, Liberia is the mother of Africa, particularly for the West African people. Liberia fought for us.
They are set to launch probably one of the most consequential public financial oversight hearing in recent years. And they have summoned and passed officials of government. Even commercial banks that are managing government accounts to also provide information. Let them know how the money being collected, being expended. All of these things we need to know. The people did not say when they call somebody, you carry battle cry there. This is something that must come to an end in terms of how people account for the stewardship. And that's why those who are currently sitting in this position are invited. And they must be able to account, tell us exactly. So nobody can have hide behind something. At 8:45 this morning, we have Joseph Kokwe and Thomas Sankara on the platform to look at some issues. And we hope to dive into some critical national issue as well. So it is a special hearing following the release of the special reconciliation audit conducted by the General Auditing Commission. And the investigation covers government tax revenues, how they are processed, transitory bank accounts, consolidated government accounts between July 1 from 2018 to December 31st, 2024. So you'll notice it's going to be the period of 6 years. And the exact time according to the information starts at 11 a.m. in the chamber of the House of Representatives at the Capitol building. And this is expected to bring past and current government officials to tell us and several other commercial banks you've been managing. Let know how revenue has been collected. And let me just give you the list of people being invited. Those someone, the current LRA Commissioner General James Double Jala, LRA Commissioner for Internal Audit Rufus May, Finance Minister Augustine P. Gafuan, former finance minister Samuel D. Tuet, former Edward T. Nate. Others are Deputy Controller and Accounting General Prince Light Sr., former Controller Janga Cole, CBS Executive Governor Henry F. Samoa, former CBS Governors Milton Ivan Weeks, Nathaniel Petrie, and J. Eloysius Talu. And the committee has also invited representatives of commercial banks, and that includes Afriland Bank, Afriland First Bank, Liberia First International Bank, like sit and watch. Let's know what's been happening. Collecting revenue, how the revenue been expended. Let people account how money being taken from one account to another, how we're using these things. These folks are coming. Oh, you've been at the central bank. How do you manage government account? The commercial banks. Let's look at all of these things. So this is one of the most major tasks. And that's why they did not just go to invite past officials of government, but past and current, because there are people who say imposition, collecting revenue. You'll tell us how these things are. Let's look at the transparency and accountability. How these things, how can we reconcile all of these records over the period of time? 6 years. And they are now talking about the reasons why they want these things to be done according to the latest information. So they are talking about inquiry in government transitory bank account, the temporary account through which taxes, custom duty, fees, and other public revenue often pass before being transferred into government consolidated account. Let's know how we've been doing these things. Let's know some of the cash been missing. What are we finding? We in compliance with the financial management law, and what are we doing? And who are those being handling? What are these people actually been in charge? So the transitory account is a common financial system worldwide, and they require rigorous reconciliation oversight because delays, recording errors, unauthorized withdrawal, incomplete transfer, all of these things. You see government employees, everybody say, oh, and I will Echo Bank, I will FDDI, GD Bank, the other bank. So the other people receive money. Government employees, the folks are working at the same ministry agency. Somebody tell you, oh, Echo Bank and pay. GD Bank, didn't pay yet. Or I received the Liberian dollar, but I've not received the US dollar component of my salary. How? So how we are collecting this money and our folks are struggling. The teacher will tell you, oh no, I will do other bank. To the extent sometimes you find some of the people working for government, they go to the HR, they go to the other person, want to transfer from the other bank because the other bank is very active, on time, receiving salary and benefit. So they're leaving from this bank to another bank. How these systems are working, how taxes are collected, custom duty, all of the fees. How are we collecting these things from the time past to present? People must answer for this. But it will shock you that because they say former minister Samuel Tuet, former Central Bank Executive Governor Eloysius Talu, Nathaniel Petrie, you'll find people dressing to go in solidarity as though they carry them to court. Doba Jana is going there. Boyman Kamal, the former finance minister, when President Boaga took over, the man who he made minister later before he resigned, the current minister, Augustin Gaffouin, is going there. Let's get to know what's happening. Let's speculate. Oh, millions of dollars missing in thin air. People sat in position. These people must be able to answer for these things. Because we talk about fiscal policy, fiscal discipline. Our partners have repeatedly stated that to us. because the government revenue serves as the foundation of fiscal policy that drives the country's developmental agenda forward. We see people acquiring properties. As soon as they assume one league position, the next year they say, oh, who constructed? They say, oh, that the other. And this comes back to our legislators. It's good that you're driving yourself to this level with all of the other brands are still waiting to get a comprehensive audit, because most of the time that courage where it's say, look, let's open it up, let's be transparent. These people are folks who allot millions of dollars to us annually to buy vehicles, pay our salary, our benefit, all of these things. You know, you got money for public hearing. You know, let know one of these they themselves do now. Why are you calling people? You know, they want to know what over the period of time we have understated our revenue or we have overstated our revenue. And if we understate it and do a comprehensive audit after the hearing of these officials, past and current, then we know that people need to account. Maybe restitution will take place or prosecution starts, because everybody now calling for a specialized and a fast track court for corruption. Because far too long, we just hear these things. Because there are sectors that still face the challenges of yesterday. And these sectors are very critical to the growth and development of our country. You will talk about education. You talk about health. You talk about infrastructure. You talk about security. Why are we being giving people less funding with the kind of a revenue being generated over the period of time? Why our officers are still making $150 when we are collecting? Maybe we'll be understating revenue generation in this country. Probably we've been collecting $3-4 billion, and we tell people say 800 million, 900 million, and we celebrate these things. At the end of the day, large chunk of the cake ends up in people's pockets. They are constructed. And we hope our lawmaker will not just compromise these things. That means that Gafwan being able to tell us. Since he's starting that position. Let's know how much we have collected. Doba Jala needs to tell us. Passenger Bank governor. The folks at LRA, people responsible, they need to tell us. The custom people tell us. Let's see all of the documents. How these things took place. How these things work out. Because we still remember a couple of years back, we were celebrating 800 million. So for the first time. And at the end of the day, we heard about budget shuffle. Today, we are celebrating over $1 billion in projection. We still don't know whether tomorrow somebody coming to tell us again. There's a shuffle. We see the folks in the streets. They go to our business centers, collecting the rightful revenue. Businesses, they register. All of these things. But our folks, they find it so difficult to receive salaries and benefits on time. So, our lawmakers, the Joint Public Account and Expenditure Committee, they want to know these institutions, what have they been following, or they've been in compliance with the fiscal policy or fiscal discipline. So we need to know all of these things. where we're talking about unauthorized withdrawal of funds. And the GSU uncovered similar thing from East International, the folks who are constructing the road from LY to RIA. And the audit that were conducted, there were a lot of discrepancy and other things that were unearthed. The road fund, the National Road Fund have issues with that. Releasing fund to the company with all the certificate of completion. So if you take, 1 mile of road, you must be able, the inspection must be done. They give you certificate of completion and they verify, yes, issue the release to the bank to release another fund to start another phase of the road. And with what were being done, some of these things did not take place. Minister of Finance, they say, yeah, we released this amount of money, and the company say, no, we have not received. So let them know all of these things. Then we had the reconciliation of all of these things. And we are hoping that this thing will be done in the interest of the Liberian people and not where they use it to benefit themselves, where people will come to induce them or say, look, chief, the whole thing here will get it on the side. And some of you, when they call these people, you'll jump in the street because you are the very same people being denied in the process. They collect revenue and say for a road, and somebody is taking part of it, using it to build a house. Say opening farm. He's sending his children to school abroad. But these are the folks that you wake up in the morning, you say you're going to stand to defend. It's political witch hunting. And you are not concerned that when you get to the hospital, you want to know when you get to the hospital, how do you bring drugs there to the hospital? When these taxes are collected, it should go into health, education, infrastructure. We're still lacking a lot of these things. And people don't account. You want to wake up in the morning, you have to, 5 million get missing. And the people will come to tell you all the different things. So we want to know all of the unreconciled balances, inaccurate reporting of revenue collected in this country. Let's know how the banks been handling institutions. All the banks with the different accounts. Let's see the records. And also go back to them. Why we all welcome the call coming from these people, which is a bold step, taking the bull by the horn. It's time that people answer for the stewardship. We are still locked down with this issue of the national legislature. We were told before the removal of the speaker, when you had an impasse, the stalemate at the legislature, especially the local house, millions of dollars were exchanged. Where did the money come from? Names were called. We did now also see why they are calling for these things, submit their colleagues to answer somebody's question, set up a committee that these folks answer, because we are calling people from the past and the present. Let know. And we hope that they will also muster the courage to call some officials who serve on lucrative committees, former speakers. Some of them stay there. They left Alex Tanner. He's a senator now. Emmanuel Nukwe. He's also a senator. Buffer Chima, former speaker. Councillor Funati Kofa. Richard Nangbe Kung. Money being allotted. Former Pro-10. Milton Bassanga Philip. Abbott Shea. Yombi Kanga right now. We allot money to these offices. Let know how they've been using this money because these are taxpayer money collected. Then we got direct budgetary support from other partners who will support us. We go to take grant, we take loan. It's time that people answer for the stewardship. Why these people are making this kind of a magnificent call for these ex-official and current officials of government to come and answer, they themselves have put themselves in a position to answer as well. You run after the young man who rides in motorbike. You say, insure it, register it back. Commercial drivers, register. All of these things are revenue generated to pay you. So you also must be accountable to the people. Not only people going to answer to you. You get elected by people. Some of you don't even go back to their reports. These calls are very good to summon these people. We can't keep generating millions and millions. You hear concessions being signed. You hear millions of that. You receive signature fee, ratification fee. But yet, the folks are still there. But to struggle for power, the years say, oh, the mayor chairman on Ways Means Finance. Speaker will have money to the speaker office, deputy speaker. We got money in the budget for some of the committees. Hearing public hearing. At the Senate, at the House of Representatives, Pro-10, and a whole lot. Oh, the man, the chairman on executive, chairman on foreign affairs. You also need to tell the Liberian people that, look, the 50 million, the 45 million, the 80 million allotted to us in the budget annually. This is how we have been able to use it. We are 1.this million to the speaker's office, the deputy speaker, the Pro-10, this committee, that committee. So let's get to know. The folks deserve answer. This is one of the most consequential working that we might see from the legislative branch of government. You know? So it's key that we are bringing folks to participate in this hearing from the past to the present. It's good a lot of them stay alive. And we have current and former Central Bank executive governors coming to grace the occasion. And we hope that they come with records. We don't want people to say, oh no, and it should not just be because of the mayor hearing. We need outcome. And not to blindfold the people that, oh yeah, we call the people to answer and that. Let's see. Honor your stewardship, how much money was generated. Let's look at where they will place it. In infrastructure, in education, in health, in security. Let's know. Maybe we'll be understating revenue generated over a period of time, or we've been overstating. So if we generated 800 million plus before, why the following year we could not reach 900 million or even $1 billion? And we fell short. Like we have always said, it is still a shame that we boast about having 1.2 billion. We know we have never hit it before. From 1847, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be celebrating 179 years as an independent country. But we boast about Firestone. At plenty of time, we were told we had the largest rubber plantation in the world. Today, we brag about the Wall Street Giant. Worth billions of dollars. We talk about China Union, Asalamita, all of it, Big Mountain. And we still see our doctors and nurses making peanuts. We still see our teachers who are indoctrinating positive knowledge into our kids, earning peanuts. We still see our state security that we expect to be at all of the places at the same time, taking peanuts home. They buy their own uniforms. Why? So those, you're been collecting the money, the custom people, LRA people, you tell us. Because it's becoming a culture, and it's so entrenched in our society now that by the time you see one young man with a job in government, he collecting revenue or doing something, the next thing, say, oh, the man building out 3-story apartment. He drives a car that his salary can afford. Oh, a custom officer over there. They got shops, they got distinct businesses running all over the place. So we hope that the lawmakers themselves will audit themselves. For too long, they've been talking, oh yeah, and sometimes to sway the public minds on some of these things, one lawmaker just wants some money, he said, we're inviting the GSA to come audit. And to know that place is a political ground that deals with numbers. When your colleagues don't agree, I will take you back to memory lane when the impasse started. You listen to Marvin Cole. They were talking some things. Oh, someone filed this amount of money. All of these things.
I want to talk to Liberia being the fourth line. Liberians spend their money. They spend a lot of things because of us. See, they tell me Liberia fought side by side with almost 15 countries to get independence. I was like, come on, now. When did this happen? You know, those days, Liberia and Ethiopia were the only free country then that they were not colonized. Ethiopia and Liberia. Because Liberia are the people that were brought back from America after the slave trade. And there are some indigenous people of Liberia who are living in Liberia before the African America come and join them. My brothers and sisters, let me tell you that Liberia brings civilization to us. Chicken. Don't argue. Liberian bring civilization to us, coupled with the strong bond they have with Ethiopia. If you don't believe me, go and ask questions. Go and ask your president. What did you ever gain from this country, Liberia? According to what I gather, allow me to present to you the countries that Liberia fought for. Liberia trained them. Liberia coached them. Liberia is the coach. I was like, why Liberia is so quiet? Liberia is the old player who don't fight for Jesse. Liberia coach, others play football. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know. If you don't know, go and ask question. Liberia is bigger than what you even expect. Back in the days, in the 80s, Liberia was the role model of every West African country. Most African country look up to Liberia. The #1 country who Liberia helped to get independence and self-recognition and self-independence, self-respect. Is our dear country, the Gold Coast, Ghana. Children of Kwame Nkrumah, where are you? Liberia is your forefather. When you are doing your independence in Ghana, don't forget to raise the flag of Liberia. Because Liberia is the one who give Nkrumah water to drink. I'm not from Liberia by born. But me, I'm from Liberia by race. I told you I'm feeling something right now. That is why I begin to search. Liberia, drink from the wisdom of Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, our own Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana. Drink from the wisdom of Liberia. Followed by Algeria. Then Guinea. Then South Africa. South Africa will be oppressed by the apartheid boss. Liberia stood by them, support them, coupled with Nigerians. I see South Africa most time they talk about how Nigeria helped them.
On his bedroom. You know, up to this time, have they been concerned to launch an investigation? Where did he take this money from? That people were being given $25,000 to have the speaker removed at the time, J. Fonati Kofa. And later we saw that the John Chima was set ablaze. Today, the folks are calling for folks to conduct an audit or hearing. So, if you just join us, this is the morning ride. So, the legislature now want to open a hard discussion on audit hearing on current and former officials of government. So the Joint Public Accounts, Expenditure and Audit Committee of the 55th Legislature, according to information, will convene the hearing on Wednesday, July 15. And what prompted this was a release of the Special Reconciliation Audit conducted by the General Auditing Commission. And the investigation covers government tax revenues processed through government transitory bank accounts, consolidated government accounts between July 1 to December 31, 2024. July 1, 2018 to December 31, 2024. That's the period they're going to cover. That's how the audit was conducted. And there are a lot of things they want to know. So it starts at 11 a.m. in the chamber of the House of Representatives. And this is expected to bring current and past government officials. So they will examine to know what are the financial, what we talk about, Liberia Public Financial Management Architecture. So they want to examine the country's revenue collection, the banking system function, in accordance with the national laws and internationally accepted accounting standard or principles. What have we been fighting all of these things? But this audit will focus on a single administration. This audit spans two governments. The immediate past and the current. So there are several officials currently serving and past. We have to come and answer some of the questions. And folks from the Central Bank of Liberia. So those being summoned or invited to tell us how we've been collecting our revenue, how it's been expanded. We look at the expenditure company of it, bank transactions, custom duties and fees, all of these things, how we have been doing it. So the current Commissioner General of the Liberia Revenue Authority, Honorable Dr. Double Jala, will also appear, one of his principal deputy who is responsible for internal audit, Rufus Mann, will appear. The current finance minister, Augustine P. Gaffron, and 2 former finance ministers, Samuel Tue and Boyma Kamara. You got the Controller General currently, Edward T. Nate, and other Deputy Controller and Accounting General of the Republic of Liberia, Prince Lai. And you got former Controller General, who also the chairman of the immediate past ruling party, Anthony Janga Ko. You got the current CBS executive governor, Helen Samoa, and former CBS governors, Milton Weeks, Nathaniel Petrie, Elisha Talu. So these folks, and it did not stop there, because when the money collected, I also put in government consolidated accounts in various banks. So the banks that government been dealing with, all of the financial institutions, will also come and bring the record, show all how these things are happening. Let's see authorized payment, and if it was authorized, who authorized it, and where did the money go. We need to know all of these things. So we need to get to know all of these things. So you have the African First Bank, Liberia. You got Ego Bank, Liberia. The Bloom Bank, Africa, Liberia. International Bank, Liberia Limited. GT Bank, Liberia. LBDI, UBA, Liberia. And First International Bank, Liberia. All of the banks that government are doing businesses with, they will have to come and tell us exactly what's been happening. But folks are still asking as well, why will Liberians welcome these things? Liberians are still asking for a comprehensive audit to be done on the legislative branch of government. Those offices that receive you some money, what are they doing with it? So you got money there for entertainment, transport, and medical, and all of these things. Let's see how much been allotted over the period of time. Money allotted to the pro tem, the speaker, the deputy speaker, and other committees. Money allotted for public hearing. Whether we have understated or underrated our revenue generation or overstated, let's know. Let's see all of these bank transactions and reconcile all of the record. Whether we be in compliance. Because we still have our teachers who are still underpaid. Lecturers are public institutions, still being underpaid. Doctors, nurses at time were threatened not to go to work because of the delay. Our state security, our teachers at time were threatened to lay down the chalks. Employees of government will transport themselves to some of the institutions, but yet we see folks collecting revenue that should go to infrastructure, security, health, education, and all of these things. Are we now nearing the end of the cultural impunity of fighting corruption that we do not see this? Because there are current and past of, is this a makeup of government save funding to get to certain people who served in the past, and that's why they're coming up with this thing and acting like they want to have a holistic hearing for officials? What do you expect from the outcome of these things? What happens if we have underrated revenue generation in this country over a period of time, or we have overstated? Who pays for it? Who answers for these things? Do you see this again as a political witch hunt? That's why they're bringing these people? Is a clever attempt or strategy to just get at people by all cost? I will take this break, and I'm going to be right back this morning. But it's good to have you joining the conversation. You know, sometimes we have to speak to some of these things. And it's good because we know some of you, we go to these places because they carry these people, you go there. You're not thinking on the money. How do people use it? Authorized or unauthorized? What are banks made in cahoots with the people? Maybe just a telephone call. But I'll take this break and be right back this morning. And at 8:45, we'll talk to some of the folks. We're hoping to talk to somebody this morning as well from the Liberia, the National Tourism Authority, if we can get in. And we're going to talk about that. But there are a couple of things to talk about on this platform this morning. And I like to say again, you know, once a boss, always a boss. And since Martha John Jabbo celebrates her birthday on today.
America, come and join them. My brothers and sisters, let me tell you that Liberia brings civilization to us. Shikena. Don't argue. Liberian bring civilization to us. Coupled with the strong bond they have with Ethiopia. If you don't believe me, go and ask questions. Go and ask your president. What did you ever gain from this country, Liberia? According to what I gather, allow me to present to you the countries that Liberia fought for. Liberia trained them. Liberia coached them. Liberia is the coach. I was like, why Liberia is so quiet? Liberia is the old player who don't fight for Jesse. Liberia coach, others play football. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know. If you don't know, go and ask questions. Liberia is bigger than what you even expect. Back in the days, in the 80s, Liberia was the role model of every West African country. Most African country look up to Liberia. The #1 country who Liberia helped to gain independence and self-recognition and self-independence, self-respect. It's our dear country, the Gold Coast, Ghana. Children of Kwame Nkrumah, where are you? Liberia is your forefather. When you are doing your independence in Ghana, don't forget to raise the flag of Liberia. Because Liberia is the one who gives Nkrumah water to drink. I'm not from Liberia by born. Well, me, I'm from Liberia by race. I told you I'm feeling something right now. That is why I begin to search. Liberia drink from the wisdom of Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, our own Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana. Drink from the wisdom of Liberia. Followed by Algeria. Then Guinea. Then South Africa. South Africa will be oppressed by the apartheid boss. Liberia stood by them, support them, coupled with Nigerians. I see South Africa most time they talk about how Nigeria helped them, forgetting how Liberia helped them too. We need to give flower to those this thing belongs to. It's not just doing too much, it's respect. So that people can do more. #5 is Namibia. Liberians support Namibia against the South African rule for them to gain independence. Followed by Mozambique. They supported the ZANU and SAPU during war. Followed by Zambia and Angola, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Congo. Patrick Lumumba was trained from Liberia. You don't know. Go and ask question. Tanzania, Botswana.
Short audit for the first of a kind in many years in Liberia, the Joint Public Account and Expenditure Audit Committee will hold a hearing on current and past government officials to know whether we have understated or overrated our revenue income over the period of time. Let's know all of the transactions from the banks, how money being collected. That, let's see what's been in the package over the period of time. The General Auditor Commission have conducted audit, but those who are calling, those who talk about equity must come with clean hands. Are these folks' hands are clean? Or do we see this as a political witch hunt again? Because the current and past officials of government will be invited for this hearing. Call us on 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. I will talk to Joseph Kokwe and Thomas and Carl Johnson at 8:45 this morning. But welcome, folks. This is your breakfast info compounding program, the morning ride. 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. Speak and speak with civility and speak to issues that have been discussed or you have heard on today. So let's know exactly where our money is being going over the period of time. Let me talk to this first caller on the line. You're live. 0775 919 919. To this caller on the line. You're live. You have to be audible. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
I said that no, I did it for second. People get upset. Right. And it's perfect. What can I say?
The line is terrible. We are not just getting you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live. Let me talk to this caller on the line. You're live. Good morning.
I'm Terry
Let's go ahead.
Several things for the program discussion this morning. Today, I will tell think as much as thank you for the audit. If always really want to help you go to your own state. But to let we agree that you're calling those people. It should not be a political story that you're calling those people to just put their own moral. After calling the people, let's see the after or the before. Let us go see the after or the before. And we are not forgetting about this work also. The common people on the people part, he told us that when budgets are allocated to federal ministry agencies, when you go to local party, things for the state, and part of their budget. So all of the allocations, lot of allocations on the lower or the president are also represented. Lot of allocations are coming from there. So we are not forgetting about this work also. If you want to be fair and transparent, you want to also open yourself for quality. In your course for the power representative and those legislators that best society in a particular hospital, you're calling too for hearing. Let us not put know that people are ready now to do their work. Let us not put know that people are transparent right now. So it shouldn't be a political story. We have all the people in there, no outcome. So thank you for the government discussion. We are looking at it.
Okay. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Wiki Brooks.
Yeah, Wendell.
Yeah, this is Winston Eddie, and then I join you from Tupo Road. Yeah, thank you for your show this morning. Actually, I feel at rest hearing that the trend the audit is about to change, that is past and present government officials. That will clearly send out to the public that there is no issue of wage hunting, that you are there in a cover that they are hunting special people, special group of people. So once you are caught in the West, whether it's on Unity Party, it's on CDC, PAS, or current government, it will send it out to the public that this audit is all about bringing people to book, to account for that stewardship, to restitute some of our money that was wrongfully used. So the trend the audit taking, I think we have to embrace it. Our resolution needs to be sound and go to the extent that the legislature will be audited. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Stephen Martin. I'm calling from PND. Look, Woody, there are all these people. Because the first thing, one man cannot be prosecuted with a similar question today without understanding nothing. That's a group of 2,000 people you're talking about. Group of 2,000 people, that's what you're talking about, brother. You'll just be a charade that, because we don't understand the people. What's the matter with our case? What the other people, the people, what is that? What they are? In the past year, man, yeah? That's charade. That's charade, brother. So no people out of here who they on the people. Because we just talk, end of the day, we just have our clothes. Because they will not be calling out, they will take action again. Or supposed to put your money here, the party around here. And nothing happens, don't go ahead. And a group of 2,000 people. So thank you.
Thanks for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Morning, Wiki. I want to thank you for the topic this morning.
You're welcome.
It's good to hear that the representatives and the senators of people, it's something shocked me yesterday. Something happened in District 3. Since 2023, Honorable Small was elected in this district. Yesterday, July 12th, Honorable Small visited Sanikoto's community, and he was on the road. Imagine, Lord the Lord King, looking at the road condition, the men from only one truck go across, right? Where they were just passing four poles, they will walk when they see the farm, when they see a few shall go across, right? And just throw it in a hole on the road, and they leave it and go to the next one. And imagine, I was trying to make my way. People are attacking me because telling me that I shouldn't pass the law because Cameron road on the future. What's the road connectivity? These things happening because no audit. Imagine since 2023, they may have not even come to the district on the development fund. Nothing. We don't even know about it. But to see in the community, in the district yesterday saying in passing for roads, not even the whole road, but just certain places, we did. That audit is welcoming. Honestly, that audit is welcoming. Let people be able to give account of the money and things that they can receive. We're not seeing any impact. We're not even feeling anything from the representatives in the district. So it's important. Thank you.
Thanks for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. You're live. Good morning, sir.
Everyone.
Hope you can call back. The line is bad, very bad. Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
This is bravo to our lawmakers. It is very important that we hear from these people over their past service or services being rendered and the current service being rendered. I must appreciate. And I love the way some of these key characters have been invited because we have the current and also the past leadership. Stay here. All our financial issues in the country. And it's cardinal. Very, very important for us to know and understand. The only thing that will us, the general public, please stay away and don't carry your spiritual slogan at that capital or wherever. Because I hear the name Janta Koo, right?
Yeah.
I hear the name Sandra Twain. And I hear the name James Topper. So it's the commemorations of the past, the past leadership and the current leadership. What we want to see, we don't want to see you leave a political party going there to fill the place with a placard and a lot of political slogan to distract the entire process. What I want the general public and every Latvian to do is to sit quietly, whatever monitor they are using is to listen to comprehension and make sure that we digest these issues. And we ask not only about the invitation, but they should follow up to make sure that restitution is possible. This fund be restituted and be diverted to other ministries and agencies or other public, projects that will give positive impact to the life and the livelihood of the Liberian people. Because can you imagine there are a lot of common things that people are suffering from in Liberia that we Liberians cannot handle. Our national government can handle. This derives from the responsibility and the cardinal functions of leaders that are placed on the top to make sure that this thing comes to implementation. But what we see is things going on the contrary. So we pray that we'll not see you leave from the other party going there. We'll not see you leave and support in solidarity. We don't want to see that. So we'll ask that Liberia National Police to barricade and make sure that anyone that go there with a placard, we feel the weight of the law. There should be some disciplinary measures being set up in some of these politicians and stakeholders are called to answer to that service because they serve the public, they serve the country. So they need to give accountability and explain.
Okay, thank you. Explain. Let's talk to this caller on the line. You're live. Friend, you're welcome.
We think it's very possible. Why are people the only will come to school and do their body? And they cannot take people to the next door. Look at people flying around the body. When you start guilty, that's what people see. I don't know how to do this. When the world they invest in people to the next door, the person has to feel everybody. Let people go that yes, you think instead. Now, one friend saying you people, whether to invest, to not invest in anything, no outcome. The way you say your invest, but if you pay couple with it, okay, now we here now. Why is not another group? We are supposed to do people let the ask the what is the best to invest and do things to put it, people are working for. Where thinking, but if you do it in 20 years, that's wrong content. I mean, the society is not going to worry. There are people that need to worry. You know what we're going to do? Take the other group to see investigating and you know the people at home. And now some of them they are talking about food, when they go for food, then it's not moving to them. They are going to do it for them. They are when they do it for them. Not a part of the food. Well, they can get it when you go there. I will put that example in the country. But you get it for people who work in. No one done to say that. Then it's this. I'm getting money out of people. The owner that I'm going to do, they affect their people that affected people in the country like different. I'm in good school for. They go send their one person, what they do, clean up for the person. But get it, invest, they don't change it. Any investigation, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk to our callers on the line. You're live.
Good morning, Vicky.
Good morning.
And let me say a pleasure. Address I phone from the voice of African listening. Let me quickly appreciate for all of the talking points and the education provided for Nigerians this morning. Wiki, it is only Liberia where I have gotten to realize that people see accountability as a choice. And that is wrong. Once you are in leadership, Wiki, it is incumbent upon you to be accountable to the power to whatever position you're serving in. But the issue of our group because someone past government officials, including current government officials, to give account for their stewardship is something lawful, is something we appreciate. And we think they are demonstrating their oversight responsibility. But we can only say, if our lawmakers will think and sometimes present themselves as people who are untouchable, then this is where I have the problem. Because like you already said, most come with empathy, but definitely come with fear. So if you have so many people who give account to the people for their stewardship, what are you doing in return in terms of accountability to the Liberian people who employ you? come about to talk about auditing our house, we keep to become a public entity. Anytime somebody stands up and says, let the house be audited, we keep like entity. Ordinary like this, we have all these people together come to one silently, contacting things working so quickly. In our country, we appreciate that the way that we think that we want to do. We also want to
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning. This is Jutumo Tuba. I call from Banabon.
You're welcome, Jutumo.
Let me tell you, my brother, thank you for the deliberation this morning. But I tell you for sure, nothing will come from that auditing. Even if the auditors bring up report that will fall on officials, whether present or past, nothing will come from there. You know why?
No.
I worked with NGO for some years. But let me tell you, when you allot budget to certain projects or certain individuals, most often in government, in like your feedback can come to you. So, and I serve in our house as a page. So the kickback, like the area or the group called how they call it, waste means. So they allot the money to you, and you send back kickback. So when you misuse that money to really hammer you on the misuse of that funding, nothing. Look, I'm the source of giving you the money, and you give me kickback, so you misuse the money. The one you send to me, how can I hammer you when I know that I share it? So let just take it from me from how they call it, somewhere to a kid. They bought up the benches where two groups came up. The other one brought the other where we call them and jurors. But yet the judges all fought inside. They set the man free, flat free. So all that other thing. The legislators know that the money they get a lot to projects. The failure they got it. So it fall on them. So nothing will come from that other thing. Take it from me or you debate. Thank you.
Let's hear from this caller on the line. You're live. Let me talk to this caller. You're live.
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Yes, would you thank you for your effort that you're going to the government that know of 3 years coming from here.
Okay.
From top of up to here, to put the money to read that first. The government is all day, they put in the money and go deep, they go and ready to the government. It's up to now. They can't tell this people, but that opportunity, that's what they know how to protect it for like this. So, thank you for talking about it. The next government are coming, they say it all when we say it's very good. Going to work, so that happens. I guess, and I guess something.
Thanks for being part of the conversation as well. Let's talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I remain an executive member concerned appearance for justice, Peter Macaulay, Nigeria District. The government will continue to subsume is that bring people when it comes to audit or auditing for past or present officials. It's just another way for the auditing general and lieutenants to subsume civil servant money again. Because this government carried the former finance minister to court. And according to them or the lawyers, they have all of the information or evidence that to prosecute the former finance minister. But suddenly, we saw in the field, and somebody to won the case. The net money was raised against him. So for the government to come out and say they won't bring auditing the horse or whatever agency, I want to say we agent of to fool the supporter to say, yeah, see,
quality one, they are quality ministry, and they just have nothing with all it. It just has some people to put money in their pocket and walk away free. You got nothing with. Oh, so you want to tell me yesterday when Samuel and Tifa were called Tifa. You are in opposition, you call it Tifa. But now he milking a dangling with you. Then you call it Heaven Sinner. You will audit some Tifa.
So is it wrong that the government wants to audit? Because they need to know all of these things. What are these things? What we've been understating or overrating our economy, how we've been generating, how we've been proceeding. Then look, bank reconciliation, looking at all of these documents. Is there something wrong? No, I will not be here to say I'm not a wishful thinker. I'm not a wishful thinker. I always think positive about our country. I don't think like some of you people. Good morning.
Good morning, now.
Please go ahead.
Now this government come into power. It's putting some people. If those who stole money for the past government elect power, if this government play out of fun, out of this thing, it will be hard for them for 2029. But now some of the people will be in jail. Same capital building case, no result. 12 case, no result. Thank you.
Yeah, I think let's talk it. Let me talk to this call on the line. You live?
Yeah, good morning now.
Talk here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to Wiki and the team still back there now.
Yeah, you're on a better line.
Okay. So me, do you feel like I got this month? You know, Wiki would like to okay. We got everything coming up. Let me say, not for that. What I did that. You want to go to the book for job. We are key job. People are so when you come into attend, I'm going to have you correct the fact. I'm going to correct the right? Then people don't know about that. We go everywhere. How much is it? We can take other government. What happened yesterday? That the money was not yesterday. We need to know. So when they call people, and then tell people say, that was that. Country will come from that. This country will be better. And any other way that we will take this down from that. We need to fill out hope. Because people look at that, what we want to do. People take look at money. People die. People want to find out the customer when it happens. And we have to. We have set up and we will confess in. Thank you for this one.
Thanks for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to our callers on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiki Bros. Thank you very much for your talking point this morning. I just want to flesh something out about LRA that commissioner. I will not call my name because of security reasons. Then the House of Representatives stretched on that they get the outcome of this audit report. This guy is submitting pricing. He sits over there, pays themselves huge amount of money, take the money away, thereby leaving the security that are guarding them. They pay them $95 USD. Somebody who sleeps, who tells you in the night and spend the whole day mosquito eating them and breathing them. They get another security then called internal security. They are not doing anything. They get all the compound passing all around. When even the public security at the highest stage, they match them in work and deduct the money. Dr. Jala has advised all the employees, LRA, when I employee to LRA, you are less party to LRA. They treat you like that. This is the man, Dr. Jala. Before he integrated I don't know who is in that title. I read it so far before. So this is the issue. Then the law make sure that they always report pay suspension. That they can to reality. That people like Red Bull see how their money is very due, as they accept, and how much they have in revenue collection. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, here. Yeah, good morning to here. This is Paul, so right in the Jackson Robert calling from West End Community. We got to say now, it can't start a one go to cross the river with it. We be able to start many go to cross the river. We are seeing a lot of politics going around here, and we're not seeing results. And we are seeing our family, all this our people. Why would it be a benefit? It's one that violence used to all the people that they cannot even show account of the other people, and then use this money to the other people across and our people to go to move a scholarship, and then use this money to others to develop our country. Because at the end of the day, we will spend a lot of money for all it, and we get things done. They happen with another my here right here. If all they here, we don't see no result. They get falling over the down and we don't see result at the end. So we have to think about it when that way they have all the other things to do result. Then the government can one day and see how we can develop our country and we point out that how good result at the end. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Pete.
Please go ahead.
Speaking of Senior Jobs, I've talked to you this morning. You know, it's so saddening to see that some of those divisions in that seem to be justice or one of you. I think you stand for justice and you are preaching injustice. I think these guys are actually doing a good job. And you know, the legislative level, you know, when it comes to few of the issues that have to do with the growth and development of this country. The senior speaking against everything. When it comes to the government, they are doing that. What actually they stand for? But honestly, I think the decision the government has taken is actually welcoming. We hope and pray I will get out of the Thank you.
Thanks for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to this caller. You're live.
Good morning.
Please go ahead.
My name is Harrison Peter, and I'm calling from the community. Yeah, what I want to talk about is all the issue that you're discussing about the honesty. It's welcoming, but when Pranatikuba was a speaker, he talked about honesty in the House of Representatives. How far are they going with it? You know, at least when they can continue that, the dispute and continue that, then they get to the past, the present officials of government, then it's really welcoming. But they are not doing that one and they are going outside. So the officials of officials. Then the next thing I encouraging correction for me because we talk about usage of US dollars. Most of the government officials are working the government with a huge amount of money they get in, they're not paying it. So when they spend the money here, at least last year, they were going to get money to give credit people, but they're not paying the money. So that US dollar we used to. So they tell the government to let this out, Nigerian dollar back. Yet it will reduce the money laundering. It will reduce the inflows of alien foreigners in our country. So these are things we could tell corruption by using US dollar. And you don't know where people take that money. Now they be asked where someone follows or connect over the other guys and spend that money. Nobody knows. But people they making money. Are they spending that money to keep them? So these are some of the things we have to look at too. When you fight corruption, then we have to think about how to fight corruption from the lowest level. I want to manage money stuff.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to this caller. You're live. Okay, 0775 919 919 080 919 919. Let me talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
How are you this morning, sir?
Please go ahead.
Oh, this is Mr. Yuri Chiwasko. You're speaking to you from the Rehab Club.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for the program that was far. You are always an educator. You see, back in the 1980s, something went on in this country. The coup brought some things to book society that people join They join it to defend one another, and that is it. For this reason, when the coup took place, their horses or their worship places were broken into, human parts and other things that they were dealing with were brought up. Some of them were chased and killed. For this reason, they went down low, and you couldn't hear anything about them anymore. Now, after the war, the Black Code Society has come into being again. The classroom society that you and I were part of is designed to help one another. Like, for example, if I were your classmate, you will be able to help me when I'm in the street. You say, oh, my man, Bolo, I work in social place, but this is my work and what have you, and you will help me. But theirs is not like that. They join the society, they missing the UBF, the this and that to suppress other people. But I want you to understand that the Liberian people are earmarking them. We know them, oh. We know them. And one day, the nation will rise up against these courts. Once again, this is my contribution. That doesn't depend on the society that when you carry them, they call the throw one side, then the kids die. When they eat the government money, they go, you carry them, they court. The judge is also a member, and the man who is to be prosecuted is a member for which nothing will come from out of the whole show. It will be a show.
All right. Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You live. Good morning.
Good morning, Woody.
Please go ahead.
This is Gerard Green calling from the Sherman Makini County, Florida. Right. The problem of authority and those that have been audited allegedly and sending them to court for the people that are giving it to the prosecutor, the lawyer, the prosecutor, all can get, but the all the chief and this body who are not prosecuted. Example, look at the case that took place with the American Mission that attempted to kill that one girl. What happened in the case? Evidence was shown. It has got on the same day. The first witness that came to wood, and one of the motives that kept up in testify. At the end of the day, the judge looked in the process stage, looked in the press stage, and told them that the man that was good for evidence to prosecute that man. So what is the judge saying that stuff? So we won't just be saying stuff because everybody can defend it. The lawyers, the judges, the prosecutors, all them. Thank you for the show this morning.
Thanks for being part of the conversation, Basil Morning.
Yeah, let me say, listening to callers is great. Let me say thanks to all of you who have made your point. Good morning to Liberia again. It's another working week, and we are here as always. Like the statement goes that the stakes are considerable, but one thing that one may think come to mind: what will be done with all of these exercises of the oversight? What will be done? Because the GSC have said that ceremonies, 257.5 million, 23.6 billion Liberian dollars, which are recorded in the government transitory account at Federal Commercial Bank, cannot be traced. Why? If the house go and say, yeah, you come, let's find out what's going on, well, would they get the money back? What would they do otherwise? Because these are issues that we are concerned about. We just said now flow show of hearing. They just call the folks. They go there in the form, ask questions, find out what's going on. But what will be done at the end of the day? This is what Liberians got. This is the people money. And we need these monies. And these are monies we are looking for. We need these monies. And let the house be serious. Because we won't resort. We are thinking that this matter should be taken to the court. Understand? Be taken to the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Justice. So that let's not be talking about the money. If the banks are taking our money, who authorized them? They will tell us. If these people are having hands inside, they will tell us. Go Yemen, the Revenue Authority, there's a cumulative variance between them with the tax administration system and the general auditing account, the general revenue account that reached about 373.9 million, 16.7 billion. These are very good, huge monies. Why would they treat our money like this? Who authorized them? I think the House will just do their own, but I think we should be taking them out of, we should be taking an audit report to the Minister of Justice and see what happened there. If those who pay will call the cookies jar, let them be able to pay. Let them be able to restitute our money. Because we don't want another flow show again, go to the house. What happened? What time? They explain issues to us, and then they get outside. What happened next? What happened next? Why the House? We know the guy oversight. All the long while they never probe in this matter until the GSC have to come up with an audit report. I think this matter should go into the Minister of Justice so that all those people involved, they can pay our money back. We need our money. We keep looking for money, begging all around the look and corner of this world. Then we're having money that we have with us going in thin air, Our hospitals are challenged. See what happened there in the Bone County, where the workers have to go on a standstill. You know how many persons have died? The more persons situations have gotten worse. You see, we have to be serious in this country. Everybody looking at GFB, oh no, GFB that just for killing this one. Only because they see that the provisions of the work being done are not being carried out on a larger scale because of what? Insufficiency. Manpower, finance, all these are the issue. Then the no money we got with us, we say let's put it to commercial bank to help us serve these purposes. At the end of the day, they go in thin air. Let the bank tell us who told them. If finance get the money, if the money was sent to them through the LRA, let them tell us. If they send the money back to them, who told us to send the money back, who received the money, let them tell us. But we want issue yet. We want results. We can't continue running that kind of cycle. And the GSC have done very well. On the first note, if you follow the recent report with the SEPTA, where the LCC is being seen as one of the institutions since its establishment of the workload. And it's true. The LCC boss, Councilor sometimes so even look at that. See what even the one they're doing, when they do the work, carry on the audit, indictment come about, they send these things to the Minister of Justice. You go looking on the other end, the court are all went. And they're having cases upon cases. When they conduct the investigative process, evidences are gathered. When they send this thing out for the state to look at it, it becomes another thing. You see that? When the GSC go and carry on audit, they found a discrepancy, variance, a lot of misappropriation. What have done next? Nothing. Nothing get done. The last time we're talking about Nima County. Now we're hearing now is Benjida County. How many of these counties have issues with financial problems? They're looking at ministry and agency. Then the commercial banks who depending on to help us to reduce the workload on central bank, as a matter of fact, in our people, we find these kind of issues, Ambassador. This is very serious. You see, we can't find our auditors working, giving us the information. And like I said earlier, these are the very monies we are looking for. Look at what the auditor said. After the reconciled flow in both directions, the net variance stood about 91.8 million United States dollars. 2.7 billion Liberian dollars. Are these not the money we're looking for? These are the very monies. When you even check these monies, are even higher than money we gave to institutions like the disaster management. The money we gave them, this money are even higher than them. You see, our group at 77. The money we gave them, these monies are even higher than the money they receive. The Blue Star of Liberia, the national team, these money talking about the money, they gave you more than the money we sent to the people. How would we have our monies going in air and nothing being done about it? You know, but I'm worried. I worked on the issue of the year and a half, but I'm worried the result.
Yeah, they too need to turn the tide on themselves.
Sure.
That they also answer for the kind of stewardship, because you see, all of the monies that go to the various agencies, these are the folks who approve it.
Sure.
They scrutinize the budget. So if they are not doing oversight, all of the banking institutions in this country, are having consolidated account back for government.
Yeah.
Then we pay our security, our teachers, our doctors, our nurses, government employees, all within civil service. So who in terms of infrastructure, education, health, who authorizing these?
Sure.
What are we are looking at our revenue generation? What are we been overstating or understating? So let's know. Let's see bank transaction. Let's look at all of these things, reconciliation.
Let's
Let's
know,
see,
Ambassador. Let's see what went wrong.
what if somebody is sitting down somewhere and just taking a phone call to make to somebody say, I mean, I say somebody want to release a check, and somebody just decided to do it with all proper documents. We need to know whether we're in compliance with the financial management law of our country and international best practices.
Yes, let know. You see, we have to be very, very proactive in this country. We have to be serious. The ambassador mentioned earlier on, you'll find out that this bank is in care of paying a lot of our civil servants. You will just smile and say, oh, but I'm going to receive my liberty, and it will not take me once, sometimes twice. Then you will look, that man will not get money for 2-3 months. A US account will not come. You will know that government they will make it at the end of that time, government release a account. So what would they hold on? Let's know what the problem is. These are continuous issues we have been faced with. Why aren't we solving them? I'm baffled. I know for sure, don't get me wrong, I know for sure that the House has a responsibility. I know this by Constitution. But why they getting involved? They try to call the business. Or they want to make the GSC work powerless? Is that what they want? Because what will Liberia get from the House calling hearing? Go there. They go there, explain all of the tap to them, and they say, they're high looking. That all? I think some decisions should be carried on. We need to get to the bottom of this matter. If those past and current leaders' hands were caught in the cookies jar with dealing with our monies, why are we calling this up? That's why we can carry them to the court. Why we can carry them so that we can get our money? Or we know what the truth is. Because I see that this is a very long haul. The House had a responsibility. The 54 were there. They never checked. They never had any people that oversight. They never. Now the 54 has come. They too there. They ain't seen it until the GSC have to release an audit report. Then they call in there now. The year they're going for. What will be the result? Jesus Christ. Let me talk to you. Good morning. Good morning. Please get your background set up. Every morning like this, we don't need noise. When you get your background set up, lower your radio. This is a long-time education we have had with folks here. So get everything done. Let me talk to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for the question this morning. Who speaker, thank you very much. Lily, just the man. The lady wants to everyone
Where are you? We're not getting you clearly.
okay, a small happy. Hello.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
We're not getting you. If I'm not getting you, I don't think the audience gets you clearly. Let me talk to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Sekajibo Were from Disciplinary Facilities, opposite the seminary. Yeah, I want to say something because all the call I made is point of this party, not the first time People have been auditing.
Sure, that's the first time.
Part of government officials, nothing has been happening. Because all, the journalists are not saying, what to the Senate involved, Senate involved, how they call, the judges involved, the lawyers involved, all these involved. So you don't have something accountable. All that is charge. So we can do a project, nothing to what I'm not to be hacking. What I'm not going to be again. Oh, when you meet, they later on they tell you that someone will do it, but later on, nothing happened. Those are two of them, and all the people who talk about nothing happened. They have to call, some people say, sorry, down up, and then can't continue. Because they know all the things that happen, like one they say, all the interrelated or intertwined and what, some of the things that they just put in like one people, and then nothing can happen. It's just happening. So they get a group of people to hear it, but then you have the people that will run behind.
Yeah, you're right. That's the first time I have an audit. What happened to the end result?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Brooks. This is Anna calling.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you for the show this morning. But I don't have more you know, but what I have to say to us is that Joseph Boakai did not audit Jovial. The auditing should start from the head. He did not audit Jovial, so where they coming from to audit the representative? It's not fair, Wiki. It's not fair.
No, it is not a representative, man. It is the GSC that conducted the audit report. Now the House want to probe in the matter of the public hearing. Because it said that these people's names are involved in the financial matter, the likes of Gossipy, Gafwan, Boema Kamara, James Double Jala, we're talking about Elwuti, Nati, Janako, talking about the past governor of the Central of Liberia, and the current.
I'm not going to be out with you. It's not fair. This country, they will start it like that, but nothing will come from inside.
And this is where we are worried, man. This is because we want something to be done with our money. Our money can be going like that and nothing be done.
Seven go to take their pay, they will not get their labor pay, they will not get their money. 2, 3, 4, 5 months, the money take it that they will not get it, and their families are starving. They don't have food to eat, and they are very hungry. Nothing will come for anything again. That's what you see. PPT have been happening in the country. They will go on the air and say, hey, they will die down. They just doing nothing. All of them, they are for who they eat. They are in for who.
Okay.
Nothing will come for inside, Papa.
Okay, man. Thank you for your contribution. Let me talk to another caller here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'd like to say thank you for the further discussion this morning. Though it's always good to hear everything. But the question is that you got to finish anyway. Now, in this country, that's what I said the other day. Whether we are dating or we are dating. Because we do not care the people who are dating are open. We're talking about all this. There are series of calls, numerous of calls that is the government is doing. Let's not open. Listen, look how we have called. That is more of the government. This government official for government.
Capo Verde. I don't know. Cap Vid.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Our guests already arrived. We'll be having some very serious conversation this morning. Yeah. So let's say welcome and thanks for joining us. We'll take a very short break.
Before you raise Nigerian flag, remember the mother that mothers all this African country, which is Liberia. But I don't know why everything is like this. Why they are so quiet? Why I'm not hearing Liberia the way I'm hearing Ethiopia? What changed? And in this case of freedom, Liberia never colonized anybody. Do you know, if Liberians were selfish, they could have colonized us. Because they see more than us that time. They were more smarter than us. They were coming from somewhere that is bigger than us. They were coming from the system who colonized us. But Liberia come, they feel us. That is why I tell you, all the black Africa who is talking bullshit, they never feel us, they are not from us. Only African American from Liberia fought alongside other nations to get independence. And this is why you see Africa today, they are saying they are Pan-African. Liberia give birth to Pan-African with Ethiopia. So Liberia is the mother of all Pan-Africanism. You may not know because they don't tell us. But I wonder what changed now. Liberia help diplomatically recognition. Liberia help with finance. Liberia help with OAU. They were the one who fund OAU that time. Liberia helped to train decolonization alongside with Ethiopia. I'm going to tell you in the next video. But
discrepancy allegedly been reported by somebody. So we talk to these two young men in person of Thomas Sankara Johnson and that of Joseph Kokwe, also named in the city of Painesville, to walk us through some of the issues, some of the concerns. We'll talk about sanitation and all of these things this morning. Gentlemen, welcome.
Wiki, again, we are grateful. We left the space since 2023. Now that we are back because of our beloved city, we are grateful. We want to say thank you. We appreciate the invite. And we want to use this time to appreciate the people of Painesville. But again, District 4 remain our alma mater.
Okay, we'll certainly get there. Let me talk to Sankara. Good morning.
Good morning, Wiki. Good morning to Fa. Good morning to the QFFM. I want to say thank you so much. Yeah, they a third time, what period of time, and then after the elections, I'm happy to make a debut, and we are setting it back. Like normally you can say we are setting it back, and peace will never remain the same. It's an opportunity to be here this morning.
Okay, Joseph Kokwe, walk us through, there's this concern that a lot of things, how is District 4? You are a key stakeholder in the district. Since after the election, where we are in terms of the governing system of the district, what's your take currently?
Thank you.
On the watch of the able representative Marcus Thomas.
Thank you, Wiki and Art. Our district, as I said before you this morning, I'm in tears. I'm in tears because of District 4 in Painesville large. Like I said, this is a district that made us. Where we are today, it is District 4 large Painesville. But it is regrettable today to have a lawmaker that has performed desperately for the last 2 years, 7 months. And since we left the space after the election, we thought to give Honorable Thomas a breathing space. We thought to remain silent so that, he will take a time to manage our district in terms of reconciling our district, in terms of development, money coming from national government. Since the lawmaker took over, the issue of accountability, no. They have issue in our district, no. Roads, this lawmaker told us that he bought a machine, but again, that was a complete 491.
But quite recently, the lawmaker officially opened the Shara Public Health Center. I mean, the health center there, where kids are being treated free of charge at a certain age range, and you say health, no, and sanitation, no, security, no, all of these things.
Wiki, the issue of the Shara, we know how Shara came about. That facility, it was not a personal money that came from Honorable Thomas' pocket. National government will allocate money into the budget for development across. More besides, you are aware that Honorable Thomas is the chair of the Painesville Legislative Caucus under Tufle Budo since the election in our district. Painesville is there completely when it comes to the Painesville Legislative Caucus. When Honorable Father was there, though he did not do 100%, but we saw the far lawmaker senior representative for Kansas City on his watch. It is a complete Tufle Budo. So our district begins on the GSA road to the local community around the Mount Barclay. That's boundary. But today, do a statistic, go in the district. In recent time, I was just in the district 3 days ago, and I toured the Bonafide community. Peloton, Door Estate, that's the place I would say I live throughout. Go and see the Door Estate community, go and see the road. What is happening? Since you took over, you have for the past two years, 7 months, national government have given one of Thomas money in terms of development in our district. Go to the community, the road leading to the community to enter so clinic. Hey! It's so disgraceful.
Okay, let me come to Sankara. Sankara, what's your whole take? The picture being painted this morning, because there are a lot of things being coming from the district that this honorable lawmaker is doing extremely well. I mean, opening eyelids, making sure that educational institutions are running, vocational education being acquired by folks. Just over the weekend, there was the graduation ceremony that took place where people have graduated in various capacity, coming out with professional skills, and we hear all of these things. What's going on?
Yeah, so the point here is very simple, and we gotta be clear to the issue. Look, like Koko said, we are craving almost the 5 lawmakers in the city of Painesville the latitude of time to be able to prove themselves. And that is the reason why we have not been too fast in speaking one a period of time. But in terms of representation, lawmaking, and oversight, I think District 4 is grieving. And Marco Thomas, look, if he cannot recalibrate, he will come under the intellectual weight of our might. We can say that to you. Let's look at lawmaking. Where's Honorable Marcus' strength? What have he done in terms of lawmaking at the level of the legislature for the last 4 years? For the last 2 years. Only to go and say he wants to make a township without even investigating the economic dividend that will come to the government. And the president vetoed it to tell you, right? Now, look at opportunities in the era. How many young people have got this scholarship? How many young people? The only thing Manitoba was interested in was to ensure that he used his influence to make a woman a member of the city council. A member of the city council of Painesville. And we'll get there. That is a conflict of interest. You cannot be the chair of the Painesville Legislative Caucus, and then your work is seated as a member of the city council. When there is a conflict between the city council and that of the lawmaker, where is opposition?
Okay, I'd like to ask, for us to have a nice conversation, I like that. Is there anything personal or bad blood running between you guys and that of the officers of the lawmaker or the lawmaker personally?
Absolutely not.
Was there a bargaining before that?
Absolutely
Nothing personal. Our issue, the masses in District 4, people that brought into power, where are they today? Marco is richer than District 4. And we will catalog all of the property. Yes. This lawmaker have owned on 2 years, 7 months. Go there 20 and see a gigantic structure. These are reasons for when we resign when we work with the former lawmaker. That is the 54th National Legislature. Why we let Swako go off it? It was because she went district number 1 and built a gigantic structure there. Not only that, the clinic at Bibele Jones, Nigeria Shop, that's clinic is being owned by Rosalind. When we saw it, we decided to quit the space. On 3 years, we resigned from our office. When we left, the chief of officer resigned, the special assistant resigned, the entire office resigned because Rosalind, what she posted at the time, was against the board. So we saw it to save our face. That's how we left the office.
And to your knowledge and to the public, is this before? The district, does this district has an active office that people can communicate to the lawmaker? And you've been there before, or what can the district show on his watch that the district own? And can you point to some of the properties you know that he's owned?
Yes,
because you said you're alleging that he's richer than the district.
So when we like I said to you, like you said, introducing us, hey, They tell, in fact, you know that I'm a former student leader in Pinsville. Go soaking the OFI. Go and see a gigantic structure. On 2 years, 7 months, Magotomo has erected for him a well. Tell me that when at the Pinsville City Corporation, we get to on the lawmaker that day. I mean, the city mayor, Robert Desmond compromised our city. He feels that since Magotomo served as the chair of the Pinsville Legislative Caucus, Magotomo was saving. But today, we want to thank God.
You seem to be picking bones at almost everybody.
Wiki, Pinsville remain our alma mater. It is incumbent upon us, Lord, to save the future of this city. We're not going to compromise. You will hear names today. The president is following, thank God, the party chairman of the United Party, a party that I support, that I gave my entire life to. I nearly died 2023. I was in the looks and corner of this country. A journalist on your station, Tiafela Cole, will give you a living testimony when we were attacked in Nima County around the Takata Bell because of the United Party. I call him on that very day when we were being attacked by the current chair of CDC in Nima. We were attacked between there. Where were our best men? He's the chair of the United Party in Mosorado. He was in Mosorado here when we were across the length and breadth of this republic. Graciously, the party chairman said this going Friday, while we're at the party headquarters, he's calling for reshuffle. And that reshuffle begins with our best man. It begins with our best man. The president of the Republic of Liberia is following this platform this morning. We did everything we could do to make sure that the president follow this show. He's following. Robert Bestman needs to go. We will get there. It's a gradual process. The cartel and the Senate Corporation will be broken today.
All right. Sakai, we listen to all of these allegations, all of the claims that we know there will be rebuttal to some of these things or some of the allegations. Let's not. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, we are very clear. The state of Pinsville have been dead for a period of time. And we can send to Rob Bestman, we can send to the leadership of the Senate that enough is enough. This is a government that we brought to power. You brought some of us to the public. You initiated our intellectual sparks. You did everything when you were a renovator. You know, we have sacrificed our life for the period of time in the city of Pinsville. We have done everything. But for a mayor to be a putter, a girl, you look down at the young people, you got no idea.
Okay, I want you guys to lower the tone a little bit.
The two to tell you that we are angry. The young people are angry in the city of Pinsville. And we can say to you, but you were here, you cover that program. What we tell us to the Jesse and I say, a mayor, best man, whosoever are listening this morning cannot recalibrate. Mayor Batman will cover on our intellectual
right now, people listening to you, specifically now, what you want the leadership of District 4 and you also speaking in totality of Pinsville. Yeah. I noticed that you are not in like over 5 electoral districts.
Thank you.
In Mosorado County, you got District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6. But why are Magotomo being the one pointed out other than the other lawmakers? So
the point is, the reason why we are targeting Magotomo is because Magotomo served as chair of the Pinsville Legislative Caucus. He must lead with example.
Thank you.
He must lead with examples. And we are very clear. We're not going to leave no stone unturned or untouched. We will touch everybody. But because did you listen to Magotomo of recent? He started the debate. Young people disagree with him in the district. And he called them blanket statements. You did not address the issue. You say young people that are disenchanted, no young people are blanket statement. And you want us to come here and praise me? No, we're not doing it. So what we can tell Magotomo is you must get comprehensive financial report of the district.
And that is our issue.
Comprehensive financial report of the district. 2, the TDC, the District Development Council, is being controlled by him.
Sure.
After today's day, we can get in the TDC chair no more. He's extremely disenchanted. They are not meeting.
Magotomo don't call meeting. You said tell the development council. You saw the recent photo of the man. He wear white shirt. He go hold shovel to create that. We must be serious in this country. Every day we are playing a major role in the center development. People should not play with the intelligence of our people. And it will not work. Starting as of this date.
So what happens if all of your accounts and all of those things that you're measuring that you want the honorable to do and he failed to do it?
There will be unspecified political actions. Unspecified. Meaning in any form and manner that the forces of the ordinary people
will you protest at his home or at his office?
It will be more than protestation. It will be more than protestation. We can guarantee Margot Thomas that. We got the ability. Even a car movie, we got the ability to arrest Margot Thomas.
Who is Margot Thomas?
We got the ability.
You know,
Margot Thomas cannot underestimate our potential. He can never.
And we did it, Father. You was
So you're planning seriously arrest for the honorable lawmaker?
If the needs be.
And who will you turn him over?
If the needs be.
Are you going to adopt him?
The court of public opinion. The court of public opinion will charge him. But we're indicting. And he's already indicted.
It's a disgrace for our district.
He's already indicted.
You could be arrested for threatening to arrest the lawmaker.
It is constitutional. We got the right. We can honor seriously arrest the King Margot Thomas.
This is my question to the beloved people, the resilient people of district number 4. Last night I posted, Congress started to call. The question to district 4, you are an insider. Your entire life been tied to Pinsville. Is a council district 4? Since the political foundations of the district, why have we benefited from Kuku Double up to now? What can we show? A town hall? A district hall? What we can really show to the people that we have achieved from Kuku Double to Margot Thomas? Margot Thomas is already rich. District 4 is a gigantic structure. Margot Thomas. So clearly, a gigantic structure. Margot Thomas erected almost 2 years, 7 more, an academic school and a vocational school in the name of Margot Thomas and wealth. Not only that, Ravi Highway, go and see what they have accommodated from himself almost 2 years. Now, what we say to the young people in his office, there is the message to them. Like we did to Russell Lane, we resign. They need to brace the storm.
Are you aware that Honorable Marcus Thomas is a sitting lawmaker? He earns salary and he can acquire properties. But have you done any investigation that tells you that, look, probably his hands are into the property job of the district?
So why Marcus Thomas did not erect all of those properties when you were not lawmaker? Why?
Why in time
so
now?
The point is, Marcus Thomas cannot use the people of District 4. Cannot use his position as chair on the legislative caucus of Pinsville and amass unaccountable wealth.
Have you submitted a formal communication to the caucus to say, look, this some of the things are happening?
Are they in existence? They are not. There is a confusion on your platform. I was in Nima when I listened. When you question us about the Pinsville legislative caucus, he said to you there is no unity. It tells you how weak Margot Thomas is in terms of leadership. And Mayor Bestman, a senior partisan, a chair in Masorado, will accommodate Margot Thomas well at that setting and refuse that. Margot Thomas will defend him. That issue is before the president has to speak. Ralph Bestman must go. The cartel in his office, the financial area at the city corporation, the cartel there, Margot Thomas must get, Mayor Bestman must get account. The more interesting thing for which today we are in tears. Go red line. Consider that. You attended the Pinsville Academy and then you went around. You bear yourself today. You contributed to the growth and development of Liberia. Not in the Pinsville. Go red line. That place, Mayor is keeping done. That garbage site there, the red line is densely populated. See the folks selling there. We just went there this morning. And we want you to send the media to go and see that place, the pollution, they gather overnight. People go there, CBES, and they go there, they buy everything in the midst of our people. Then somebody telling me, Joseph Kokoe, the people will fire you. They will take the job. I value peace there more than what I'm doing to survive.
Have you been paid to do this thing?
No,
Are
that's
you people
why.
are pay agents?
No, I mean agriculture. When the president said 2024, the agreement should go back to the soil. You go in district number 4, Magidi County. Our family have invested heavily into agriculture. There is right now as I speak to you, I'm heavily involved in agriculture. So no party staffer will call me on the issue because I'm on the front line. I've never guessing here. They caught one of our police finger because we had a ballot paper for the United Party. Chemetabe Amedi just April of this year. We discussed the future of the young people. How many young people that fought for the party? Do you listen to noise? I mean, Daniel Zawu called on the
Are you seeking personal reward?
I'm
for all of the
sacrificing.
sacrifices?
I'm okay. Our issue is not about. I just said to you, I'm into agriculture. Okay? 10 acres of land, Kasao, cocoa, what have you? So then Joseph Kokoe. So you wicked me. Our issue here is the party will get back to those that we waiting for 2029 to go to the guys and say, be maybe do, you can hear that voices on the radio now because they are disenchanted. Even at the city corporation, my own big brother, a senior partisan, what you doing there? You met Unity Party people over there. CDC people might not like the guys. Today, some of the guys are taking 140 US. Rob Bremen brought his own people, so when they're taking everywhere now at the city corporation, you want to close around more. Somebody call me away, they will fire you. You'll fire me now.
Let me before we go to the
we didn't want to be very clear on the radio.
Okay.
We will not be like, I don't want to be too damn multifaceted here than this citizenship. This government, we brought this government to power. Sure. We fought the CDC for 6 years on this radio. You gave us the opportunity. You gave us the platform. So today, our young people are angry. They are agitated.
Okay. Let's go to the lines now.
I want to conclude on this. Let me conclude, Wiggy. Our young people may abandon or understand that the young people of the city need opportunity, and he get to where there will be a specified political action in the coming weeks.
Okay, let's go to the lines now. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks, and good morning to Mr. Wiki. This is the verse of Joseph Stamba. Let me say good morning to my good friends and brother, Joseph Fukui and Thomas Sankara. I do appreciate your appearance this morning. I love the way you guys are expressing the grievances. It's very important.
Okay, let's talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We will appreciate what God for this video for the battle.
We're angry.
Yeah, but we hope that you cool your temper. Yeah, go ahead.
Angry with the guys.
And we got started with every picture of the cup. We can have a dialogue. We can your core issue, your daily friendship. People work smoothly. But when I get one another apart, we cannot move. There is a front of the wall.
Okay. All right, Frank. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Ricky Brooks. Let me say good morning to the electors of the 12th district of Masarawa County. My name is Robertson Yimwe, and I'm known as the electoral supervisor design line of the 12th district full. Thank you, Brooks. This is why you have given my admiration, and I love you. The kind of hard question that you ask those brothers. You know, Kuba and Joseph, they are nothing short of being a comedian in the city of Deansville. The guy said this and one of the questions he asked me I admire is why do they represent Michael Thomas? We know the reason why I double challenge Samuel Johnson and I are going to critique Representative Priscilla Kuba. The reason they will never do that, Kuba and Johnson are on the so-called payroll of President General Kuba challenge to protect the information I'm giving. They will not do that because they go up there any one at the house. I'm like, every one from Representative Kuba. want to say this man, we want to office of President Thomas. We want to say one of those days that you use political lectures and criticism to extract money from the representative. President Malcolm Thomas, how do you think anyone for a president criticize? Our focus is the development of the district. As I speak to you, President, as long as I be back.
Okay, let's talk to other callers. They will respond shortly. Good morning.
Morning, Wiki, and morning to the listener following the broadcast this morning. This is the brother Donald Trees out. I'm joining from district number 5 this morning. I'm so coherent to call on the show this morning. I've been all 3 years, I've been out of the radio. But look, I lost my biggest brother on last Wednesday. This is one of the reasons why I've not been on the radio. I actually decided to come back on the radio sometime last week, but unfortunately for me. But let me say this. We are the young people of that world today. We are being very clear. I think the party chairman said it last week in the press conference he conducted. And when I say that, last few handful of people who sit down in the front seat and feel that they can ride on other people. We have been in the struggle for a very long time. Now, one of the reasons why I still when you tell me, I tell you that I want a sabbatical, I will not take part in the radio. And that does not mean we are crazy or we don't know what we are doing. And we are being very clear. We are coming out in our numbers. Our better going to explain better to the young people. We are not going to say that shut our boy any longer. Please be enough for one and for the people. Our better not going to PCD and the property. We are being very clear.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
Yeah, good morning to Dr. St. Steve. To make clear, to appoint the city council is not a responsibility of the city mayor. To our Bison Steve, it's the senior Bison who happens to be the president of the country. So, our Bestman has no responsibility when it comes to appointment of the city council. Secondly, if you take, for example, Honorable Bestman leadership and you compare that to Frank Bertrand Taylor, Bestman is doing very excellent. Probably you are human being, might have a problem, but I think you are decent for that to say. When you take an example, go to the city corporation today, they are as cluster in their one office that we used to be in. They are trying to extend the city, trying to cover more people in the city corporation. Like before when you look at around your house.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's take at least 3 more calls. Good morning.
Good morning to my 2 great ambassadors and good morning to Lucas in studio. This is Pastor Moses Sayan calling my resident this morning. So I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Lucas for expressing that Wednesday. Some of us will be in the district, even though we moved in our district in 2014, and we have not been part and parcel of the other deep politics. Once upon a time, one of the workers in my Honorable Thomas office, Sasebu, he came to my place. Sasebu always stand like about 7 and we are being complaining about chairmanship or leadership business. Came to me, the honorable said you can be calling on the radio, criticizing all of you. But you listen, Sasebu, man, you call on the air condemning the government, saying all kind of negative things about the government, then you will come back, you saying that the honorable saying XYZ, you in the honorable office, you criticizing the government. Then how will we now criticize the honorable as well? And the honorable is part of the government. How will you reconcile that? So, gentlemen, we are together, we have to work in unity, we have to
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning,
Please go ahead quickly.
Yeah, my name is Prince D. Calling for station number 4 to precise FBU community. You see, I want to appreciate the few guests this morning. I also want to say, thank you so much for hosting me. You see, our honorable since that man began reference for it, they say, actually, what people were at me, I haven't seen the man. We don't have, our community has no avenue. All our roads, there's no road, every community, for the every day will come. We don't have one worker, we all are on the road, there's no way to get on the road because of no road. And they are high, and they also say, also, I'm praying and calling upon the honorable this point to check in FJ community, whatever.
Okay, let me talk to this final caller on the line. Good morning. Let me talk to this caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Now, here's the call of team that we do. And I'm doing the conversation this morning for this info. Now, can you appreciate the conversation still this morning? I think you have very good. He has bought now, why is that group of four? Definitely, two group of John. Yesterday, the issue of this people was serious for them and criticized that the them have customers. And all of those clinics that clinic today, they are living within the things where you understand things that they condemn yesterday. And so, I want to have a call this morning to the coverage. There is a time, I think we have been starting for long in the district, and so my customers as well as the police, I feel reluctant and see that, oh, they are not registered, but the people are registered for this better, and so we are calling this morning, and we are making our last call higher above all process this morning. That my customers have a time, they must come back to the district and deliver what promised up. That is when it comes to the others, and today we are about to get the report. Now, you understand how to get the report in the district.
Okay, thank you, P. Melvin Doe. Let me cross over to our studio discussing the listening to all of the concern about the call-ups, and one of the concern here is you trying to probably stop money from the lawmaker. That's why you're criticizing him. Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you, Wiki. Wiki, like I said to you, since the election, if we wanted to get money from Michael Thomas, you know our intellectual ability in Painesville. We kept selling 2 years, selling more in July. We kept selling. They were called. Every moment the rest of the guys said, attack me. In fact, they was on the platform. They said in my pocket. While they were saying anything, I was in my gibby on my farm. So for a robber scene that it is supposed to be benefiting to the advocacy, we know what's going on. Our next appearance here will be the payroll. Michael Thomas, you having 8% on one salary in office. Our next appearance here, we come in with the benefice as it relates to that. But we can, sadly, I want to say, our beloved party. I want to speak to Chemetape and his following this morning. Like I said, I had an audience with him sometime April of this year, for which I'm grateful to God. He gave us the audience. We discussed a couple of issues, and one day has to do with the future of the young people. My advocacy, I left the space since the election that the young people will grab what the foundation we started. The guys could not come because they thought that was important that we come back. Now that we are back, Chemetape, just Friday, while the party headquarters, you score for reshape foreign, we embrace you. For that, we say thank you. To the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Bota, we thank you for the development. No regret on your leadership. The last time we interacted with you as an exonerate and as an official spokesperson at your resident rehab, you said to us, Kokwe, I will appoint people that you will interact with. And among those you assure us will appoint. Today, I'm on the platform to appreciate you. Emma Stewart is doing excellently well. The MD as NPA is doing well. In Magibi, I'm graciously happy for OJ Moro that you appointed there. One of our comrades is a geologist in Magibi. Thank you. In Bon County, there were issues about the young people getting jobs. When we stood spraying, the superintendent there created a platform through the senior senator of the county. United Party Partisan in Bon County, we want to say thank you.
Okay.
President Bwaka, lastly with you, please visit Painesville City Corporation, Sonny Smith in there.
Right.
We want you to visit the city, our best person in there. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Kokwe. Let's hear from Thomas Sankara quickly.
Thank you. And, it is because of the sanity of this platform that we will respond to one pretentious intellectual, right? For us will not be insulted on this platform. You know the record of people like Robertson Nyebe here. You know how insulted they were to the former lawmaker. But we will not insult Michael Thomas. All of our discussion here this morning is policy based. And when people feel that we want to get attention from Michael Thomas, they must be joking. Because you don't know people like us. We have survived in the midst of sanity. So what we say to you here is that
district number 4, district number 3, district number 2, district number 6, district number 5, the 5 electoral district are under our microscope as we speak to you.
Okay.
Our intellectual. And you heard the guys calling out, we have re-governed all of the intellectuals of business. We are coming back on this platform. We were ensured that the right thing be done. And just to conclude, Ralph Bergman must understand that the young people who took this revolution to where he is today, he must never take us for granted, or else in the coming days or weeks, that will carry the news. We will not be destructive. We will be very much constructive, but Ralph Bergman will be engaged. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Let's take this break, and we hope to have more of this conversation.
Liberia is our mother. Liberia is the land of freedom, liberty. If Liberia were like some country today, they would have colonized us. Struggle we went through before we become independent. One of these countries is so outspoken, everybody know about them. We all know them, we don't need to shout too much. And there is the second country who is so quiet, nobody know. If you don't read, you will not know about them. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate Ethiopian as the father of Africa. People know them. The Addis Ababa. Everybody know them. Nobody can say they don't know Addis Ababa people. Ethiopia. Because of their uniqueness role and their significant unique history. Everybody know them. And they have been fighting for Africa since the beginning of our life. And the second country, who is the mother of the nation, though a lot of people don't know about them, is the Moravian people, Liberia. Welcome once again. I want to talk to you about Liberia. Maybe you don't, Liberia on my head. Ladies and gentlemen, Liberia on my head. Basically, people don't know about them. Even me, I don't know about them until the last time. July 26th, which is the day of independence of Liberia. I see people celebrate it just like 4 days or 5 days ago. I see people celebrating Liberia. I was like, oh, who are these people? Why will you be celebrating 178 years? And you have nothing to give us. You never give us anything before. What have you done for us? You are just broke for nothing. Ignorant me. I'm ashamed of myself. Before I go further, please, Liberians, forgive me. Please, if I know, I would have not talked that nonsense. I know a lot of people don't know like me. Because African lack history. We don't have the important history we're supposed to be learning, they don't teach us. Liberia, please forgive me. Please accept my apology. To the government of Liberia, please, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for the statement I make. I know a lot of people try to explain to me in the comment section, but somebody come to my DM and tell me something that make me Then I decided to go and search. Lo and behold, I asked the same question. I said, what has Liberia offered us as one of the oldest country in Africa? Even me myself, I shock. I never expect what oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, if in case you don't know Liberia like me, if in case you don't know history,
if I don't let some little known organizations that have sprung in this largest city of Painesville, largest city in Liberia, Painesville, we have told them, we have been here, we have seen them, and some of their missteps, their lapses, they keep repeating those issues. And so it's not strange that even folks will talk about the likes of Honorable Margaret Thomas, the likes of Robert Bestman, and other folks in government. Because they don't learn from their past, they don't learn from their predecessors. All they know that they come to the position where they take it their way. Then all of a sudden, you see them come back and say they want power. But we have been here, we have seen so many people come to power and leave power. And we have seen the way they have come and the way they have left. We have been, when we say at times, they don't listen to us.
And quite recently, chairman of the Unity Party, Reverend Dr. Luther Tappet, spoke about this issue of that, and he repeated that in the last couple of days, that they calling for immediate reshuffle in government, and they prepare to hand deliver names to the president, folks who will be given marching order, who have not been able to perform over the period of time, and the need to have a reshuffle for effective and smooth and achieving in the period of time that they are supposed to be in power, and not just people thinking that they entitled to positions that they find themselves in with all the results coming. So now, and there are other folks who are also welcoming that. He demanding an immediate reshuffle and vying to hand the president a list of ministers and agency heads where he said have become weak link in the government delivery services to the Liberian people. And so we're asking, who are those expected to go? Who are those expected to stay? If we are having a reshuffle, because if you read history, this was one of the things in the 6th year, the CDC served. There was not a single reshuffle. And everybody pointed finger at the then president that he was feeling comfortable, okay with the workings of those guys. That's why he kept them in the position. Even though some of them got sanctioned, they had why sanction? They still were in that position until a communication from the U.S. embassy near Monrovia before suspension came, and later they resigned on their own. So now there are concerns also being raised by officials in this government who are not performing their duty. They sit in a position, they earn the fixed salary, other benefit, all of these things, and yet they still do not do the work. So the party chairman being vocal, and he's speaking to the issue. That, look, why it is true we fought and we brought this government to power, I would not just sit here as party chairman and just relax because I'm the party chairman, so everybody just enjoys my confidence. I tell the president that the president, and the people don't listen to the public, don't listen. Liberians are crying to ministry agencies for the way the heads of these institutions are treating these institutions. Some of them have taken the institution almost like they're running their private businesses.
And they are not saying it today.
No.
Until tomorrow, then they begin to point fingers. These are the people that made us.
Because some of them are blowing their own trumpets.
Yeah.
In the middle, every evening you see some officials of government doing their own podcast, their own radio, they press themselves. They're talking about all the things that they're doing. They don't leave it with the independent minds to have these things properly scrutinized and evaluated. Yeah. Yesterday, these were things that people condemn. Oh, you start blowing your own and say you can't have your cake and eat it.
You want to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You want to say, all the good, what are you doing? You want to talk about development making. Other than leaving it with the people. Because those conscious minds in the district are the ones that will see your work. Like I often say, your work will speak for you in Barcelona.
Tomorrow, if the people are to elect you or retain you, there are tangibles they'll be pointing to. They say, oh yes, under the why the 6 years, these are some of the things. We know the government making some strides, making some gains, but we say no that some people sit in position right now. They think because we not stay all. Saying we were all in the trenches, we were in the swamp, we were in the ghettos and all of these things. So many say we in the position and we need not to work, we don't need to justify to anybody, so we just enjoy ourselves. Then you see at the close of the term, you look at the last 2 years, you want to perform.
Yeah, I think you want either you working or in the corner.
And impose, I refer to it as impose projects on the people.
Yeah.
With all consultation.
And some of the projects are just cosmetic projects.
Yeah, places where people like
just like the white grave. I want to have dead bones. At the end of the day, when it comes, when it goes, and the time passes by, people don't see the essence of the project.
And this is why the chairman said, he said, as we march majestically towards the end of the first half of our administration, we are calling on Mr. President to reshuffle the cabinet This is long overdue.
So-
I think that the president needs to also be requesting for, because ministers, officials of government, they sign performance contract with the president. And when these reports are going to the president, the cabinet director receiving these reports, or the minister of state, or whatever channel it is, we're hoping that they be honest to the Liberian people. Look, there are folks sitting on the bench that needs to come and change. There are some game changers sitting on the bench.
Certainly.
That knows whether some of the advisors around the president are going to perform a duty advising him and he's not listening to them. We need to know some of these things. That know our ambassadors who are across the world.
Mm-hmm.
One of the presidents there is a serious liability on the national budget and we're not getting the kind of income from that. We can't have a government wherever we talking about one minister of foreign affairs who performing a duty every week. She almost on the plane. She going out there.
But why would we talk about one or two? We should talk about more than that.
We should talk about all of them
because
there are responsibilities dedicated to them.
And Pastor, one thing is that these people saw past governments. They saw some of their mistakes. They saw some of the lapses. Some of them even read about them. They came to correct. Why aren't these things?
What is so hard to do?
Because we still watching to see the difference.
Because what we're seeing at the end of the day, when the people fail to do some of these things, at the end of the day, we need to hear the president set up a committee. Why would the president be having people responsible
committee behind.
You got Ministry of Mines, energy. Then you set up a committee again. You got the National Investment Commission. Then the president go and executive order set up another strategic investment committee. So it tells you that maybe the person in the position is not working.
Yeah.
And sometimes you look outside the box.
But why do people keep a person there and will send somebody behind and go work again?
Yeah.
Extra money will pay you.
Sometimes we look outside the box. Sometimes, Mr. President, you look in other opposition political parties, and there are people who are patriotic, nationalistic, serving in, not because they are not part of the ruling establishment, but they are so patriotic about the country, they want to see something. So sometimes you look. The late Robert Gabriel Mugabe did it. When Zimbabwe had a very huge inflation, they tried all of the folks, was Zanu PF and all of these things. You had to look outside the box. So one of the funniest economists in something Africa, King Tabidi.
We can't be making our things so difficult for this country, Pastor. We can't.
Yeah.
We can't be making things.
So if we look at things, maybe somebody sitting at the Ministry of Transport can be a better Minister of Commerce. And the Minister of Commerce could go to the Ministry of Labor. You just name the different positions. Somebody sitting at Water Steel Corporation saying you won't be talking to them, will say you carry the information, you be there to go blow your own horn there.
Sure.
So there are a whole lot.
And these are wake-up call.
And this call is good at it coming from the party's chairman. It's not coming from them. Say, oh, that opposition is just want to see the people working. Oh, I'm not that wiki. This one from the chairman said he even prepared to hand deliver list of heads of institutions that are not performing. I mean, almost 3 years in one position and the results are not coming. Marching RP excuse.
Sure.
Excuse. Maybe your deputy can perform far better than you. He takes that position or she takes that position. We got to know.
Because you can't be placed in a position there, somebody else can do your work, then you get the salaries. They say that we're looking for, I would call it, charity places to feed certain group of people. No, not so. You see? And we have to be serious. We have to be serious.
And very serious too.
Very, very serious, back it up. The lives of the people are in the hands of the government. The people are waiting for the decision they will make.
Let's know exactly what's happening to our health system. What are the problems? Because taxes being collected. So why is it being directed?
But you follow what happened in Bond County?
Yeah.
With Phoebe. Now they even left from Phoebe to CB Jumba. Now they're saying that all of them have been affected by this thing. Eh? Imagine a hospital that cannot even afford to be closed for an hour. It's closed for days.
but go and see the private clinics and hospitals.
Oh, but then that's the error. Why
Far
would they
better.
call for somebody to, he said, we want a person.
When you know, if I don't know, when you think that because this person comes from this background and placing them in the private sector, you were able to maintain your hospital.
Yeah. So
Then you come to, they say, but then if that person can manage,
so that means they can do good.
they can do good. Where huge sum of money being collected, taxes are collected and directed to that identical institution. That's the time sometimes we see the worst coming out of it.
The people go on holiday.
You manage your
Everything
school for
goes
the
free.
you manage your school for the last 10, 15 years. You see the school always tied up.
Yeah.
Eh? You get there, you think they can print that school building every morning.
You
Electricity is there.
question people not to steal from your clinic. You might not steal drugs, might not steal nothing. But you go to the government, you start to steal.
Yeah. They get you one school. I mean, you got one school, you manage the school. You get there, you see, you got CC camera all around the school building. You go to the clinic 24/7 and say, okay, you know, so maybe if we're reaching a point where people with vested interest in certain sectors should not be given position to go and serve because they think that they go there to enrich themselves and they even make the place much better than what. So the chairman is now calling for a reshuffle. So we're asking this morning, who goes, who comes in? If you look around, who do you think? Because we know the president has a lot of other folks with a lot of other things before him, a lot of responsibility. He's on a plane, he's traveling to this place. There are ministers, there are directors, there are mayors, senators, commissioners, superintendents, you know, all of these things. Inspecting, whether you're from the police, you're from the armed forces, and all of these things, they are concerned. We want to see the performance report, and we hope that the real reports being given to the president. And if the president receives any reports and he's not acting upon it, he's doing it to himself. Because every time he talks, he says it's not about the next election, it's about now.
Yeah.
So we need to see these things. Who goes, who comes? The chairman again has re-echoed immediate reshuffle by the president. Pretty close to 3 years. We saw in 6 years, CDC failed to have a reshuffle, meaning that the president was satisfied with all the people that were working in a position, except for 1 or 2 who got sacked in the process. That the people maybe he felt.
And Ambassador, I hope that the president is not giving a cold shoulder too, so he's trying to make it known that he have a voice in the party.
Yeah, because sometimes when the closing
we are marching majestically towards the end of the first half of our administration. We are calling on Mr. President to reshuffle the cabinet. This is long overdue.
Or probably some of the folks who are chairman that he recommended, that the president put there, they also do not look in his direction, and he wants to show his power. He said, look, I help to bring you to where you are.
There are some members in our government who are not performing well. We will do the list and submit it to your noble office. We want to see some ministers replaced immediately. You see that? We want to see some directors replaced. The nation must thrive. You see that? But is the president seeing these things that some of his ministers are not performing? Is he allowing them to go on holiday? You heard one of the members of his workforce, Ambassador Shekuyate, Ambassador at large, said there are so many folks who feel and think that he is old and he can go at any time, so they don't hurry all their minds work for themselves. You got another group of people who feel and think that when he go, the vice president will be so they are close to the vice president and close to him. There are other people who there feel that they just want him to fail, that him. When he fails, he'll be okay. So is he watching these things? There are other people who don't want to tell the president the truth. You see? Let me be realistic. What? We know that of all reason and facts, that government comes to power with a sincere mind. But why aren't the Liberian people benefiting from the dividends? You hear people say we walk in the purple water. We walk in the mud, in the swamp. We cross the trenches. But why aren't their effort yielding? Is it how the president see it? Does he have another plan? So that's it. But these are warning signs. These are wake-up calls. Because now you hear people start speaking now, That's how you get the noise be so louder on the day of election. That's just the case. Hey, Pastor always said election have been won on the day.
No.
That long before. That means long before the end of the 6 years, you should have won the hearts of the people. Because that's how they go to the polls. They cast their ballot. And say, this is what I want. And already we have an illiterate society where even our people go on election, they don't even know where to go because they feel disappointed by even their government and they don't know who to pick. And every result, they are confused. The people will bring rights to them and say, maybe they are like, who man? But overall, Liberia want their government to function in their interests. We are a very small country. Why aren't we enjoying?
Yeah, we just 5.2 and we are struggling to handle some things. What happens in the next couple of years? We around 10 million.
And imagine, say, we did the last census, we're going home. And people born here.
Sure.
People dying, we're going. Before we reach the next 10% census again, we hear the number with jet. Yeah, our brothers and sisters coming from all other parts of Africa, coming to us. Before we look, we'll be surprised. We'll like, bro, 9.7 million. You say, how come? You see that? Then that will be the major struggle that we'll be having.
Yeah. So we have to wake up and smell the coffee or air. When the ground beneath us is left for under us, we will have to face it. Who goes, who comes? The call from the chairman of the ruling establishment, the board chair of the National Port Authority as well, Reverend Dr. Ludo Tape has also called and that he has threatened also that he will hand deliver.
Yeah, they need the
people who are not performing.
You see? And he also balanced the argument. He never said that there are not good things happening. But at what pace? At what level? You know, if I said now, when our leaders come to power, they think that 6 years too long. They think that the 9 years are still long.
No, if I said even the 6 year, to even structure the government, there are positions still left open up to this time. And, somebody needs to be telling the president, Mr. President, we don't have ambassador to this country. We don't have assistant minister to do other ministries for the other functions. We don't have mayor to do other city key. Those economic have zones that are supposed to be attracting a huge portion to the national cake. Let's go to the lines and talk to a few of our colleagues before we go home on 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. The numbers you can call us on to be part of the conversation this morning. Yeah, we got a couple of minutes to go, but this is the People's Program, your breakfast info compound program. Mondays through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. President, Mr. Barr.
Good morning.
Mr. Christian Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome.
Look, I think the chairman has said, because this thing happened in the past administration, when people were telling President, there are people around you need to replace. And if they don't listen, we went for election. These people are not even, mechanic. We need another mechanic to keep the car moving. You see? But I think this is overdue. So we don't want our president, when you hear this, to come and say, leave them with them. This is not a matter of leaving them with them. It's time to act now. You're looking at only 3 years. It's 3 years is almost like 2 months. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers on the line. You're live.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. Should I know what the king tell us I go after
No problem, Chief.
All right. First of all, I want to say thank you for being the one signing assistant here with me. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. Good to have you.
Yeah. Bruce, I want to ask something. I'm a small legal idea and going through the Foreign Service Institute on the privilege to me.
Okay.
But it is mandatory or constitutional that they reshuffle. Thank you so much.
I think part of results orientation, maybe to have it
best practice.
For best practice. Good morning. Maybe people have been misplaced.
Yeah, thank you. That is what I'm going to use.
Yeah,
probably
they don't have the expertise in a particular area.
Thank you.
They can bring much better
You saw
results.
him working inside, you want to bring him, but he fits somewhat different.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to Nathaniel Body, Sharon, and
Fa-
Stupid.
Yeah, Fasu, go ahead.
Thank you so much for the Sunday recognition. I'm sure the former performance of some opinion where the current called the Alexander channel to make the party. I think, because the starting was channel, that was, and never made mistake. Somebody who might always be taken on his own, if they always have to be at the top of the employment corridor. Now, many occasions, the essence of this person is to replace grossly all of performing for the position. And replace them with people who are highly competent and have the expertise to drive national development. In the government is doing a lot of things and a lot of the sectors. We are seeing tremendous competition. We get most of the sectors. But obviously, there are some positions that are all performing. The issue of the certain mayor of Kingsville, somebody for national sense of infrastructure development, that's how when it comes to the issue of complexity is associated with our investment. And you need to change that message. You need to change that behavior. Power is like a clothes. It can, or it can move, it can take it, or in the town, it can come for here anytime. So what we call you to focus the mind, on the people, or if you forget what it participates, because you'll get participating in the future. If the very people who learn that you are professional for any participating in one of those that all are best for empowering people who play most and make them to be influenced by the power. You know that Nigeria for lawyer.
Yeah, let's talk to other callers on the line. Good morning. Please be audible. Let's hear you.
Mama, if you stay sleeping, then don't come on the line.
Yeah, we can't be screaming for people to hear that you come, you relax,
People are all the way into America, Oklahoma, and listening to you, then you can't tell that you serious. Go join the crowd in the swamp and let's talk.
0775-919-919, 0880-919-919. Let's talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for your question.
No, they go up pay. They want to get tired. We get tired. We human beings. Some hungry we talking. They pour the pain. They don't get. They not there to get tired. Oh yeah. I love this statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this. And I want them with this. They were like, Pastor, that's a blessing. Yeah, no serious a blessing too. That's cool. Yeah. Sure.
Thanks for being part of the
first salient point.
Yeah, I mean, you're a man of God.
Yeah.
Be true to
Be
yourself.
sincere about what he's saying.
Yeah. Let me talk to this caller on the line. You're live.
Hello, how are you?
Well, we can't complain. God minding us.
Thank you so much for the topic on the discussion. When it comes to the reasonable, you have just talked about, really want for the government to change our investment. Things basically measure. The thing basically measure is our next door neighbor right here. And when he came into power, we the elders of this place decided to meet him. Saying there was no way for us to just meet him and we wrote him of communication and we carried it to his house because he was our neighbor and our son, so that we could have a palaver discussion with him to tell him some of the ills that we have in here for us to work with him for some change to take place. That boy, it is not listening.
The honorable man there.
Yeah, that honorable man, I'm very sorry.
I say honorable man, they want to go there.
I'm sorry. Charles.
Yeah, go ahead.
Solomon did not listen to us. He did not pick us up. We walked to the face, delivered the letter. He did not even look at it. We went, we did some other things to make sure that he saw the letter. Yes, he did see it, and he didn't even listen to us up to now. And even the road going to that, the road that is going to the house is money. Why he did it, like he just brought one truck for the cross ride, he just put it on there for he had to pass only. He doesn't have time for the people of
Okay, thank you. I want to say to the public, like we said, it was already been agreed in this month of July, moving forward, the public officials that will be brought into the platform for scrutiny.
Sure.
It's time for the public to critique the official. And we will also be inviting critics from various ministry agencies or in the community or places where people want to honestly critique these people. So it's time for public scrutiny. We will be screening officials of government now.
And let me just hasten to announce that we shall have the deputy of administration with tourism, but because of the schedule, they decided on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Wednesday we'll have tourism on this matter being discussed here.
Good morning. We also.
Yeah, good morning, Whiskey. Good morning to that, and good morning to my Liberian people. I'm hearing these names, Yeah, now let me say to our chapter, I'm adding disappointing on our chapter. I was told us from the beginning that when this government going to get, if I was going to make sure and give the people on the state one of the first preference to give them job. But when you got to know that this government has a trouble in this government, when you say that.
But now that time when you join the government.
If this government want to win, you want to make sure that the state people going to get jobs first, because if people live around the president, I want to go all that.
I just asked the question that Tappe or when Tappe can get job in the government.
He got the power because he's a party chairman. He got the power to give jobs. He got power to be director for the post.
He's director. Thank you.
More man. You do work, man. The
man is.
Do you know Tappe position?
The board chair.
Oh man.
Good morning.
Why you put your thoughts together before you come on the show?
Let's talk to this caller on the line.
I don't know somebody even know that position.
Good morning, Pastor.
Yeah, do not.
There's not many days there, right? They were nomination. For the retail one for me, now retail one is very technical to the great government of the country. Let the president who retail for, let majority that put there. The first time for the other now, and all the other one now, and all the. Let majority that put there for the program to be so cool.
You have a research.
Seriously, it's not helping. It's not helping. There's a lot of government. The woman ministry, just woman, the ministry is there. Within lot of the food in the market, there's no instead of going and carefully getting me. They're talking our country, talking our people. Let the woman ministry.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my name is Yeah, and then president of Christopher because the minister of agriculture. I think he must pass it there to go.
That's a new one.
He must go because nothing we see for agriculture, my brother, nothing we see. There's no story. You see that they will bring to working material and then they people make it carry the content that we don't know. That agriculture minister go because nothing we see, my brother. And that one the president coming to the party chairman thing. To get the request of it, and let's go and then go.
Okay. Thank you. Not much time. We'll take this final privilege caller before we go. Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. We say final call. Then you delay my man.
Please go ahead.
I would say that the president is not the aggressive. You know, the funny part is that people got there yesterday before the 10 o'clock. 4 for 5 and you not that for good out for that president. For President White House, for President White House to report that it's through the agriculture ministry. Because your agriculture is through the agriculture ministry now for that big half for some just And then you bring for president. What president? Going for the president? And the president, for having staff, I put up this.
Okay, thank you. We have to go. Folks, thanks for being part of the conversation. I'm Wiki Brooks.
I'm Nathaniel Varty, Nicholas Barkley. So, behind the camera.
I don't tell you what you're supposed to know. Liberia is the mother of Africa, particularly for the West African people. Liberia fought for us. Liberia being the fourth line. Liberians spend their money. They spend a lot of things because of us. See, they tell me Liberia fought side by side with almost 15 countries to get independence. I was like, come on, Weda. When did this happen? You know, those days, Liberia and Ethiopia were the only free country then that they were not colonized. Ethiopia and Liberia. Because Liberia are the people that were brought back from America after the slave trade. And there are some indigenous people of Liberia who are living in Liberia before the African America come and join them. My brothers and sisters, let me tell you that Liberia brings civilization to us. Chicken. Don't argue. Liberian bring civilization to us, coupled with the strong bond they have with Ethiopia. If you don't believe me, go and ask questions. Go and ask your president. What did you ever gain from this country, Liberia? According to what I gather, allow me to present to you the countries that Liberia fought for. Liberia trained them. Liberia coached them. Liberia is the coach. I was like, why Liberia so quiet? Liberia is the old player who don't fight for Jesse. Liberia coach, others play football. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know. If you don't know, go and ask question. Liberia is bigger than what you even expect. Back in the days, in the 80s, Liberia was the role model of every West African country. Most African country look up to Liberia. The #1 country who Liberia helped to get independence and self-recognition and self-independence, self-respect is our dear country, the Gold Coast, Ghana. Children of Kwame Nkrumah, where are you?